To the realtors and owners of this facility, my name is Damon Leggett. We have a real estate investment trust fund with a set of studios called HOLYWOOD Studios, HOLYWOOD Pictures, and our real estate investment trust fund. We have a transportation company that my son owns called Shine Doctors, LIFESAVERS. This is a transportation company that goes all over Florida and brings the masterpiece physician makeovers that we create in this innovation lab with virtual reality therapy, augmented reality therapy, supernatural reality therapy, and motion capture pictures therapy. 4 dimensions of simulation and innovation for healing for chronic diseases like diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure. This is the greatest fitness movement on the earth, where we take individuals dying from chronic illnesses that used to pull up to these places and get their prescriptions, and we replace the medicine with supernatural food that we also place right in the community right next to it, so we could take it straight out of the ground, straight to the table. And instead of a pill and a potion, food, fruits, vegetables, herbs, spices, nuts, grains, berries. Within 24 hours from being picked out of the ground, we tailor the exact prescription to cure the thing that has been killing you for 20 years, 30 years. They tell you when you get on high blood pressure medication, you're going to have to take those pills for forever. How do I know? I'm living proof. At 35, they told me that lie. You will forever have to take these pills. So every year when your blood pressure no longer is controlled by the pill, they add you a different pill. So in 5 years, you're on 3 pills. In 10 years, you're on 5 pills. Each one of them have different chemical side effects that attacks and breaks down and destroys a different organ in your body. It's called a side effect. There is no food, there is no herb that has any side effect. It only kills the disease that doesn't belong in the body. Every pill that you take has multiple side effects, so you do the math. We have community gardens with the herbs, the spices, the fruits within 24 hours of our medical spa. Every one of our patients gets 360 day, $1 million a day. So that's $360 million worth of therapy. In preparation for joining our Marriage Makers group at the end of the 360 days of the spa treatment. And we guarantee that no matter what disease or what ailments or what problems, what level cancer or what level of diabetes or dialysis, we don't care what you had going on, AIDS, syphilis, you name it. After 360 days, $1 million a day spa treatment. This is based off the biblical example in Esther chapter 2. King Darius, son of King Cyrus, the kingdom of Media. King Cyrus had his bride, and so when he came to get a bride for his son, he taught his son how to get the same exact bride that was sitting on the throne that allowed them to destroy Babylon. And the current queen that was there was a leftover from the Babylonian kingdom. So instead of having multiple brides, King Darius said, I will take 360 days and find the best and most beautiful, perfect bride for me. It's called Hollywood Star Search. We have begun the Hollywood Star Search because this is my bride's 49th year, so she's getting her spa treatments. All right? This is May the 21st. Tomorrow, May the 22nd, starts the very first day of my bride in her 49th year, and it's called the Wedding Feast of Trumpets. The Wedding Feast of Trumpets in the 49th year. Then in the 50th year, every single property and land that anybody in my family has ever lived in, we go back and we buy those properties and we restore the honor and the glory of the lioness that raised us and trained us at that address. So when my wife turns 50, every year we're doing a 4-week fashion statement. December the 1st is the virtual reality fashion statement. The first week in December. The second week in December is the augmented reality fashion week. The third week is the marriage week. It's the supernatural renowned lioness thundercat reality. Supernatural renown, SR. So when it says sir, yes sir, or senior, sir. Supernatural renown. Supernatural renown. Lioness homecoming queen thundercat reality. SR or MRS, Mrs. MRS, same thing. Masterpiece physician, renowned, supernatural thundercat reality. MRS, Mrs. USA. Euphaz, Salem of Arimathea, USA. The gold of Euphaz, Queen of Salem of Arimathea. You got 1 week to Brexit. The British exit Brexit. You got 1 week. If you are not Miss USA, you got 1 week. Because we coming to buy up all of our properties and all of our lands and put the lioness that raised us in that address. The glory and the honor to those lionesses. The only thing that you will see in MRS USA is a layish lioness queen. Lioness homecoming queen at every address. Every single address across the country. Once my wife turns 50. After the 4th month in December, it's the Hollywood pictures. Hollywood stars. Motion capture pictures fashion week, where the shine from us polishing these queens, announcing that we're about to buy back all of the properties for Mrs. USA. So after December 31st, January 1st, 2026 is the 50th year of Jubilee for my bride. And so starting today, tomorrow, May the 22nd, anyone at or below the poverty line in the USA that can show 4 generations of your mothers enduring this fake Barbie Statue of Liberty women's liberation movement, if you can show you live in an urban hip-hop neighborhood and your mama lived in an urban hip-hop neighborhood and endured this, and your grandmother lived in a urban hip-hop neighborhood, and your great-grandmother, that's 4 generations, you, your mother, your grandmother, your great-grandmother, 4 generations, 500 years. If you are above the poverty line, if you are in a black Greek fraternity and a black Greek sorority, you have already made your choice and you have already sealed your fate with Kamala Harris. You have already sealed your fate with Oprah Winfrey and with Puff Daddy and Oprah Winfrey and Michelle Obama and Barack Obama and Jay-Z and the Puff Daddy freak-offs that's on trial right now. Harvard University in 1983 and Princeton University in 1983. Barack and Michelle Obama were a part of your black church, upper middle class at Harvard and Princeton. In this Ivy League, Puff Daddy, at the height of Puff Daddy's freak-offs, was Barack and Michelle Obama and Oprah Winfrey and Jay-Z. At the height of Puff Daddy's bad boy freak-offs was Joe Biden and Donald Trump, along with Russell Simmons and Puff Daddy and their Democratic Rock the Vote. You Howard HSBCUs, you Alabama A&M HSBCUs have already sealed your fate. Your Tuskegee, Q-Dogs, and Alphas, and Kappas, you have already sealed your fate. We don't care who you go get. You could go get Dr. Umar Johnson. We don't care who you go get. And before Myron Edmonds was, and before E.T. the hip-hop preacher was, I am that I am, RPG of alienation. I am that I am hip-hop. During the same time where y'all was doing y'all freak-offs at Palm Forge Academy in Trenton, New Jersey in 1983. When Jay-Z came to Trenton, New Jersey to go to my high school, Trenton, New Jersey. I'm on the block in 1988 on Walnut Avenue with Jay-Z at Trenton High School in 1988. King of what? He ain't the king of Trenton. He ain't the king of New York. Listen, I'm the king of Walnut Avenue, homie, 1983. You better check with Brian Harris Williams, Miss Mama Harris. You better check with Mama Harris. You better check with Miller Homes Projects. You better check. You better check with Stuyvesant Avenue. The only name in 1988, the greatest Rough Riders, DMX family was in Trenton, New Jersey too. The roughest riders in Trenton, New Jersey. You better check. Razor Sharp from the Heart, Mason Barber and Beauty. You better check. Huh? You better check. I am that I am. The will of I am. William Mason Sr. My grandmother, Aura Lillian Leggett, is the baby of William Mason Sr. Huh? Jay-Z, what? My city? Broad Street. Huh? I'm the eastiest point on 7A. You can't get off the turnpike and jump off of the New Jersey Turnpike at 7A. Listen, that's my, listen. You can't drive down I-95. That's my grandfather, Frankie Leggett Jr.'s backyard. What? Jump off 7A and come pull down Broad Street. Jay-Z. And nobody, none of y'all, who? Who? Def Jam who? And just so y'all know, Russell Simmons and Oprah Winfrey, all of my brothers and sisters ran Def Jam. Jason Kibble, we're about to honor Mom Jewel Kibble. Right here in this 22, Mom Jewel Kibble. Mom Jewel Kibble passed away. And Jason Pops Alvin Kibble. We're going to show you what Baltimore is. We're going to show you. We're taking over the streets of Baltimore. Same high school that Tupac went to and Jada Pinkett in honor of Mom Jewel Kibble. I'm going to show y'all the same time where Tupac was in high school. Coming down to Newark, New Jersey, getting protection for my brothers in Newark, New Jersey. Shout out to Reg Moore, Jay Moore, Andre Campbell, Pete Campbell, Stacy Campbell. We are Brick City, Newark, New Jersey. But not just in no church, nothing. The nastiest football players in Newark, New Jersey, from that time to this, is my bloodline. Shout out to Mama Roz. Mama Roz good. Grandma good. Not just Newark, New Jersey, East Orange, Montclair, New Jersey, Paterson, New Jersey, Plainfield, New Jersey, New Brunswick, New Jersey. It's all mine, homie. Me and my older sister Terry. You ask anybody in churches, in the streets, when you control Trenton, New Jersey, you control all of New Jersey. We are the capital. When you control Trenton, you also control Philly. And when you control Philly, you control all of Pennsylvania. Just ask my main man, Brian Street, whose uncle, John Street, the only the only Onyx Wall Street mayor that y'all know. And at the same time in Trenton, New Jersey, my Aunt Henrietta Mason, ran the mayor's office, the only Onyx Wall Street mayor in Trenton. We control the mayor's office and the governor's office from Trenton and Philadelphia in the 80s and the 90s. Donald Trump, where? Who? Where? Donald Trump's son was at the Hill School, a high school in Pottstown, Pennsylvania. The same time I was in high school at Palm Forge Academy. Donald Trump, who? In 1975, Donald Trump was going to the Hill School. And my uncle Reginald Leggett was in Palm Forge Academy. Not near one of your living presidents. Not all of them was involved in the Puff Daddy, Jay-Z freak-offs. Bill Clinton at Georgetown University during the 80s and the 90s. Joe Biden at Syracuse in the 80s and the 90s. Barack Obama at Columbia University in New York, so-called, and Harvard. Michelle Obama at Princeton, 1983. She graduated in 1983. My mom graduated Oakwood University and came back to New Jersey in 1983 at the same time. You can't acknowledge Michelle Obama and my mom. You gotta choose. And Michelle Obama was involved in the freak-offs. And my mom and my aunties gave y'all the kingdom. All while y'all mamas was with Michelle Obama and Oprah Winfrey and her mentor, those AKAs from Howard University. Howard is the up north Morehouse. They all worship Greek goddesses. The Deltas worship a goddess named Minerva. The AKAs worship the same goddess. Her name is Medusa. Minerva and Medusa. In India, they call her Kali Ma, the witch. The witches of Eastwick. Beetlejuice. 50 Cent's magic stick. Your Harry Potter. Your sinners. Your voodoo. Your Orishas from West Africa. Y'all worship Ogun and Oshun. And Ogun and Oshun is Osiris and Isis of Egypt that God destroyed in the east with Joshua and Zipporah going into the promised land. Then y'all tried to rebrand it in West Africa under Isis lambs. Islam is Isis lambs, the lambs of Isis. The lambs of Oshun is Isis. So if Isis was killed, if Isis was a myth that was killed when Nefertiti was killed, and if Osiris is a myth that was killed when Ramses II, who was the king in Egypt who tried to defy God and died. So if their sun god worship system is dead, this is where you get the crypts from, the blue, the crypts, the mausoleums, necromancers, those of y'all that keep trying to resurrect the dead and worship the spirits of the dead in seances and rituals and palm readings, commune with the spirits of the dead. It's called necromancy. So they slithered across and tried to change the name from Philistines and Egyptians to Africans, and change the name of the systems of the gods that they worship from Apollo and Zeus to Oshun and Ogun and Orishas, Isis lambs and Allah. These are sandwich terms, sandwitchcraft. When the Messiah knelt down and wrote in the sand, they call it Sanskrit, their tongue, their cursed dead tongue. Sandwitchcraft. So, any of y'all sandwiches, any of y'all man witches that want to try and sell this to our babies right now, this Memorial Weekend, just letting y'all know, since y'all out the closet sexually, it's time to die again. Because that's blasphemy. The only people that can raise the dead is God. So when Farrakhan tells you that the black man is God, he telling you that he got their power to resurrect they dead black Egyptians. And when y'all go and y'all follow Farrakhan and y'all follow, what's the dude, the Christian pastor now? Cause TD Jakes is done with. Now they run into Jamal Bryant. And Myra Edmonds and E.T. the hip hop preacher got a nerve to try and put my institution, Palm Forge Academy, what E.T. the hip hop preacher will tell you himself is He didn't actually go to Pine Forge Academy. So he don't know about the street code. But Myra Edmonds, no. We got a street code. We got a sergeant at arms, homie. Which is a lifelong position. Every single one of us that have ever served as a sergeant at arms is an everlasting sergeant at arms. And in our handbook, Myron Edmonds, E.T. the hip hop preacher, in the family group that I belong to, the word of God already declares that we got authority. When my brothers find me, they will kill me, said Cain. The reason God calls us the judges and causes our mamas, the sisters, Cain said with my brothers, is when my brothers and sisters find me, they will kill me. Deborah is the sister. The original bloodline of Eve has authority to kill on the account of shed blood. I require an accounting for every drop of blood. Genesis chapter 9. We are the judges. When my brothers and sisters find me, we're called the renowned sons and daughters of God. All throughout the word of God. The renowned, the masterpiece physician, renowned supernatural thundercat, Laish, Lion Kingdom, daughters and sons of God, or God's S-U-N, the daughters, God, Son, and God's S-O-N, the law. We are God's son in the law of God's Son, F-U-S-U-N. His bride is the Hollywood star, God's Son, with the S-U-N. God's Son, S-U-N, and God's sons, plural, in the law of God's Son. When the two become one, when we unite, a husbandman and a bride, I am God's son in his law of God's Son, S-U-N, the womb, the holy womb of Eve. We the only bloodline. It's called Ham. Ethiopian Ham. The frankincense burning bush is the holy womb, Hollywood star. If you desire to be that, I will give you the desires of your heart. I'm the masterpiece physician, Dr. J Life, offering you a chance to get 360 days, $1 million a day makeover spa treatment starting May the 22nd, all the way through the end of the year, all the way to May the 22nd, 2026, 360 days, $1 million a day makeover every day for 360 days. And then me and my wife, we're going to start our 30th year wedding anniversary on May the 13th, 2026. And you will be a part of my wife's bridal party. And it should be a number that no man can number. This is the Wedding Feast of Trumpets Pied Piper on my wife's 49th Wedding Feast of Trumpet. My wife is 49 years old. If your husband ain't do this, if your husband is older than 49, he ain't a commandment keeper. Any pastor, this is based off of Leviticus 23 and Leviticus 25. Any pastor that's over 50 that hasn't honored his bride, you a necromancer, homie. You're an Egyptian. We left y'all behind. We the only commandment keepers. Just like Daniel, just like King Cyrus. There is no comparison to us. Not our daddies, not nobody. If you are a baby girl and you want this, you can seal your covenant right now and you will become our flower girls and our ring bearers. And we guarantee when you come of age, we will, out of our sons and our nephews and our grandsons and our great-grandsons and our future husbandmen, it don't matter what age you are, if this is what you desire, instead of Kamala Harris, Oprah Winfrey, Michelle Obama, and any of the fake black church Statue of Liberty harlotry, come get it right now. We're going to purchase this property, and we're purchasing them all over the country, all over the world. Every patch of land that these mothers gave birth in, we're coming back to give their daughters the cure to the bride killer, heart disease.